Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of the Ummah podcast. I'm your host, Red One, and today we're going to dive into a topic that is incredibly important for every believer: overcoming challenges with tawakkul, reliance on Allah. As we go through life, we face many challenges: personal struggles, professional setbacks, health issues, family problems, and sometimes moments of doubt. No one is exempt from difficulties, and they can come at any time. But what sets us apart as Muslims is how we face these challenges. We have been taught that true success lies in placing our trust in Allah, relying on Him, and knowing that He is always in control, no matter what happens. So, how do we navigate those moments of hardship with tawakkul? How do we maintain our trust in Allah when things seem uncertain, difficult, or even impossible? That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's start by acknowledging that sometimes the challenges we face in life can feel overwhelming. We might feel lost, like we're stuck in a place with no way out. It's easy to become frustrated when things don't go as planned, or when we feel that we've tried everything we can, but the results are not showing up. This is when we often begin to question ourselves, our efforts, or even Allah's plan for us. But this is where tawakkul comes into play. Now, tawakkul is not about being passive or just waiting for things to happen. It's about trusting in Allah while continuing to take action. It's the balance between working hard, making the effort, and then surrendering the outcome to Allah. So, it's normal to feel worried or uncertain at times, but we must remember that tawakkul teaches us to trust Allah completely, even when the outcome is beyond our control. Sometimes we place our trust in Allah, but we find it hard to be patient when things don't go our way. We expect immediate results, especially in a world that demands instant gratification. The challenge is to remind ourselves that Allah's plan is always better than our own timeline. Think about it. Sometimes we ask for something and we want it to happen now, but Allah knows when the right time is. Maybe the timing isn't right for us, or maybe we need to go through certain trials before we are ready to receive what we've asked for. And then there's the struggle of letting go of control. As humans, we like to feel in charge, to plan every step, and to control every aspect of our lives. Tawakkul asks us to trust Allah with the outcome, even when things seem out of our hands. This can be difficult, especially when we feel like we've worked hard and deserve a certain result. But the lesson here is that tawakkul is not about surrendering to defeat. It's about surrendering to Allah's wisdom, knowing that He is in control, and trusting that whatever happens is for our ultimate good. And of course, during difficult times, we can't help but feel doubt and uncertainty. When things aren't going the way we hoped, we might question whether we're doing enough or whether Allah is listening to us. These doubts can cloud our minds, but this is when we need to remind ourselves that Allah's wisdom is beyond our understanding. Even when we cannot see the full picture, we must trust that Allah has a plan and that He is always there to guide us. So, how can we overcome these challenges with tawakkul? It starts with taking action. Tawakkul is not about being passive or idle. It's about doing your part while trusting Allah with the rest. For example, if you're seeking a new job, you don't just sit back and wait for the opportunity to come to you. You go out, you apply, you prepare, and you give your best effort. But then, you trust that Allah will guide the outcome. Whether or not you get the job, you have done your part, and now you place the result in Allah's hands. And patience is key. We live in a fast-paced world, and we're often impatient when things don't happen quickly. But patience is one of the strongest forms of tawakkul. In moments of doubt, remind yourself that every difficulty is a test from Allah, and with every test comes an opportunity for growth. Allah promises us that after hardship comes ease, and that whatever we're going through is not permanent. Sometimes, the greatest challenge is accepting that things aren't going the way we envisioned them. This is where we need to practice gratitude for what we have and trust that Allah is giving us exactly what we need, even if it doesn't look the way we expected. It's easy to be grateful when everything is going well, but true reliance on Allah comes when we can be thankful for the little blessings that we might take for granted, especially in difficult times. Don't forget about the power of dua, making sincere supplication to Allah. When we face challenges, it's easy to feel like we're alone, but Allah is always there, listening to our prayers. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Dua is the weapon of the believer." We should never underestimate the power of asking Allah for help, guidance, and strength. Dua is a reminder that we are not in control, but that Allah is always there to guide and support us. Let's look at a couple of real-life examples from the lives of our beloved prophets, which will help us understand how tawakkul can be practiced even in the most difficult circumstances. First, let's think about Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, when he was thrown into the fire by his enemies. Imagine being thrown into a blazing fire. But what did Ibrahim, peace be upon him, do? He placed his complete trust in Allah, knowing that no harm could come to him unless Allah willed it. And what happened? Allah, in his mercy, made the fire cool for him, and he walked out unharmed. This is the essence of tawakkul. When we place our trust in Allah completely, He will make a way for us, even in the most impossible of situations. Another example is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, during the Hijrah. When the Quraysh were chasing him and Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, they took refuge in a cave. And despite the danger, the Prophet, peace be upon him, remained calm and reassured Abu Bakr, saying, "Do not grieve, for indeed Allah is with us." Even though the odds seemed stacked against them, the Prophet, peace be upon him's trust in Allah's plan gave him peace and courage. This is the power of tawakkul. It doesn't mean the absence of fear or danger, but it means trusting that Allah's plan is better than our own. Tawakkul is about balancing effort and trust. It's about doing our best and then surrendering the outcome to Allah. Yes, the challenges are real, and yes, sometimes the path ahead feels uncertain. But remember, with every difficulty comes ease. Allah is always with us, guiding us, and ensuring that what is best for us will come at the right time. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Ummah podcast. If this topic resonated with you, share it with someone who could benefit from it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on tawakkul and how you've learned to rely on Allah in your own life. Let's continue to grow together in faith and unity. Until next time, may Allah strengthen your trust in Him and grant you success in this world and the hereafter. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.